بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Dear brothers and sisters, this is your brother Isa Ma. Today in this video I want to very briefly talk about the benefit of hunger and how it can help us develop humility. When we hear reminders about Ramadan and fasting, we often hear that fasting is not about hunger. It is about developing taqwa. And that is true. Allah Azza wa Jal told us the purpose of fasting is لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that you may become conscious, so that you may have taqwa. However, we shouldn't downplay the importance of hunger. Fasting is very much about hunger. And hunger is a very powerful reminder and a very beneficial experience if we ponder upon it properly, if we experience it with a sensitive heart. Hunger reminds us that we are very weak and dependent upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Without our daily nourishment, we stop functioning. Your emotions go crazy and you can hardly accomplish anything. Unfortunately, hunger has become a very rare experience in modern people's lives. Because of the material prosperity that many people are enjoying nowadays, we don't remember the last time when we experienced true hunger. When was the last time that you were hungry to an extent that you were about to cry and you were willing to beg people for food? For many people, this has never happened for maybe decades. And then, when they make a little bit of money, they have a degree here and there, they have some influence or authority in certain social circles, they start to think that they are somebody. They start to think that they are powerful and strong and capable. And the reminder for these people is to just stop eating for a day. Just don't eat for a day. And you will remember who you really are and what you really are at the end of the day. Weak, powerless, dependent creation that is in need of the provision from the Creator, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is why Allah Azza wa Jalla reminded us in a hadith Qudsi. He said, Ya ibadi, kullukum ja'i'un illa man at'amtuhu fastat'imuni at'imkum. O my slaves, all of you are hungry except the ones that I feed, so ask me for provision, I will provide for you. So hunger reminds us that it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who's providing for us. He is sustaining our existence, and we should be grateful and we should be humble. Without His provision, we cannot survive 3 or 4 days. So what do we have? What do we have to deserve to be arrogant? I shared once on my YouTube channel about my experience in Egypt. I spent the Ramadan of 2021 in the masjid of Sheikh Usama Abdul Azim. Some of you may know him. He is famous for his long night prayer, which is in accordance to the Sunnah. And they finished the night prayer about 3 to 4 minutes before Fajr. Sheikh Usama rahmahullah, he has a big clock next to his sajjada, next to his prayer mat, and he will look at that clock to make sure that he doesn't finish his night prayer until 3 or 4 minutes before Fajr. And then within these 3 or 4 minutes, people will take a few bites of bread and some full, beans, and drink a few sips of water, perhaps a little yogurt. That's it. That's their suhoor. And they start fasting. So I was surprised in the beginning. I asked a few brothers, is this enough nutrition? Won't you be hungry during the day? And a brother told me, he said, Brother Isa, it is not the food that's sustaining us. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who's sustaining us. And that is a very powerful reminder. So my brothers and sisters, in this Ramadan, while you are fasting, experience hunger. Embrace hunger. Ponder upon hunger. And let hunger teach you to be humble. Let hunger teach you to be grateful. Let hunger make you remember who you really are. A servant of Allah Azza wa Jal, in need of Him all the time, on a journey towards Him. Thank you for watching this video. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.